I've got some cheap family dinners for $10 or less. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tamara. Today's video, I'm gonna be sharing some quick and easy meal ideas for you guys that are super cheap. We all need some budget meals right now. It is really hard to feed our family with inflation and everything going on in this world. So I thought I would share some more budget meals with you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get cooking. I had someone once comment on a video saying that I was above their tax bracket because I served shrimp to my family for supper. I'm here to tell you that you can have a delicious shrimp scampi to feed your family of at least 4 people for right over $10. And technically you could do it cheaper if you didn't buy this garlic butter shrimp scampi seasoning. If you just pulled seasonings from your spice cabinet, you could do this a couple dollars cheaper. I saved myself and used the convenience of that packet, and you guys, this was delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and get my pasta cooking up, and then we will cook up the shrimp. I'm just gonna follow the directions on the back of that seasoning packet. I've got some butter and some oil in the bottom of my skillet. I have heated it up, and I'm just gonna add in my shrimp and that seasoning packet. Give it a stir. We are coating the shrimp, and then we're just gonna cook that through until it's a nice pink color. It does not take long at all. This one took about 15 minutes to throw together. Now, I personally feel like everybody has some sort of a butter, margarine, vegetable oil, even bacon grease. Everybody has some sort of that on hand, so I personally don't count that when I do my budget meals because to me that's a pantry staple, just like seasonings. Once our shrimp is cooked, we're gonna add in our lemon juice, and then we're gonna add our noodles directly into that pan and give everything a mix. We're gonna coat that pasta, and you guys, this was so good. I served it with that bag of broccoli. I just cooked it in the microwave according to package directions, and then I just added on some salt and pepper. If you've been here a while, you know I'm not a huge fan of shrimp like this, but the flavor from that seasoning packet was so good, you guys. I served it with the broccoli, and then I had bread on hand, so I just put some butter on it with some garlic powder and Italian seasoning, toasted it in the oven, and served it along with this, but that's definitely not needed. Something that I talk about all the time when I share cheap meals with you guys is seasonings. Seasonings are not that expensive, and it really does help kind of elevate your dishes if you do need to, use fewer ingredients just to feed your family. Even the basics, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, onion powder, they cost about $1 a piece at Walmart. They're not that expensive, and it really is gonna elevate your cheap dinners just by giving it a little bit of seasoning and a little bit of love. Cabbage and hamburger is a really cheap meal option, coming in right at under $8 to feed about 4 people. I've got a pound of hamburger meat there. I'm gonna add in my onion, give it a season, and we're gonna start cooking that up. Once the hamburger meat is cooked through, I'm going to take and drain off some of the grease with this paper towel. I do like to leave a little bit in for this recipe. It gives it really good flavor, and it helps cook down that cabbage. I'm going to add in my head of cabbage, give it a stir. I'm going to give it another season. I'm using what I have on hand. Of course, you use what you have on hand. The basics would be perfect for this. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder would be perfect. I'm going to add in some water to help cook down that cabbage. We're going to put the lid on it and let it continue cooking. Just cook the cabbage down to your liking, and then it is time to serve. This is the perfect all-in-one cheap dinner. Okay, so the next meal that you guys are going to see, I'm going to be using my half-gallon milk because it's open. I buy it every single week. It's here, so for me, it was cheaper just to use that versus buying extra milk just for the video. But I wanted to talk about some really cheap shelf-stable milk options with you guys in case you don't know. It's easy to just pick a few of these up every couple weeks and put them in your pantry. That way, if you do need to have an extreme budget week, month, whatever the case is, you can use this versus having to worry about the cost, the extra cost of, you know, a half a gallon or even a gallon. So we've got evaporated milk. This is super cheap, shelf stable milk option. Now for evaporated milk, you want to do equal parts evaporated milk to equal parts water, and that's going to be about 2%. So of course you could thin it out any more, you know, a little bit more if you are used to skim, or even 1%. That's just your personal preference. But this is a really good cheap option that you can grab a can or two every other week, have it stocked in your pantry, and you can use this in times of need when you need to have extreme budget meals. Another one is the cartons of milk. Now I love getting these from Dollar Tree. They are $1.25 right now, and these are super cheap. It is cheaper to get these at Dollar Tree versus Walmart, but they're still pretty cheap at Walmart as well. And these are shelf stable. Keep them on your shelf, put it in the fridge whenever you need it, and you can have, you know, cold milk whenever you need. Now, this is the sweetened almond one, vanilla. So I wouldn't necessarily use this for recipes. I might use it for a bowl of cereal, or, you know, maybe like muffins, pancakes, stuff like that. But they do make 2%. They do make unsweetened. They even make coconut. They have a bunch of different options. So these are really good to keep on hand in case of those emergencies and those extreme budget cases. Another one that is really good, you can get these packs of instant dry milk from Walmart, Kroger, you know, any of your local, most grocery stores have these. They might come like in a pack of 6 or 8 or something. I'm not 100%. I just pulled this one out of my emergency stock. But I love keeping these on hand because you can easily mix this with water if you need milk for a recipe. So y'all always know I talk about, you know, how to prep and, you know, keeping certain things stocked in your pantry to help you in these cases when you are on an extreme budget. So having these options is really good to keep in your pantry, to keep on hand in case you need those extreme budget weeks or months or whatever the case is. Chicken veggie alfredo. This came to $8.15 with a full carton of milk from Dollar Tree. So you wouldn't use the whole carton, so you will have a little bit extra milk to have for another recipe if need be. I'm going to use 2 boxes of pastaroni to feed 4 people. I'm going to add in a bag of California style veggies, and then I'm also going to add in this flamed grilled chicken. Y'all know I love keeping those in my freezer for quick and cheap meals. For this one, I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the pastaroni boxes, and then once it comes to a boil and cooks for a couple minutes with the pasta in, we will add in our chicken and add in our veggies. I did defrost the veggies in the microwave just to help me out a little bit, and I also took and cut up the chicken into smaller bite-sized pieces. Once I get everything added in, I'm just going to give it a stir, continue to cook that until the noodles are cooked through. I'm going to give it a season with Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, just to give it a little extra love. This is another quick and easy all-in-one meal. Now, of course, if you had bread on hand, you could make some more of that poor man garlic bread to serve along with it. So if I need to feed my family super cheap, I love keeping these quick and easy pasta dishes, rice dishes, hamburger helper, scallop potatoes. I love keeping all of these on hand in my pantry because they can make quick and easy meals to feed my family. All I have to do is pair them with some protein, even some beans, some corn, do a couple like canned fillers, and these are quick and easy, cheap meals that can help you feed your family in a pinch. I saved the best for last. This chicken spinach rice was my personal favorite out of all the meals I shared in today's video, coming in right over $6 to feed 4. Honestly, probably 6 because I had leftovers and was able to freeze them for later. All you need is a can of corn drained, a can of black beans rinsed and drained. I'm going to use some more of that chicken and a bag of Spanish rice. I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the rice packet. I'm going to dump in my chicken, my corn, and my beans. I'm going to give everything a stir, Cook it according to directions and put the lid on it for a couple minutes, let it cook up, and that is it. This took like 10 minutes to make a delicious dinner. Once it was cooked, I fluffed up the rice. Now I served mine with some chips, sour cream, and cheese. I had all of that on hand. It was in my fridge and my pantry, so it was extra for me, but it's definitely not needed. This alone, just the rice mixture, was so good, you guys. Having to feed your family on an extreme budget can seem super overwhelming and stressful at times. I really hope today's video gave you guys some new meal inspiration, some meals that you can feed your family for $10 or less. Just remember, it doesn't have to be fancy, just as long as your family is fed. If you are really struggling with food insecurity, please reach out to your local 211, churches, food banks. Those resources are there for you to help you in your time of need. Do not feel bad whatsoever. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.